Gather ye round, young Pronuses. I'll tell you a tale of side-chaining. So side-chaining is having one sound that's affected by another sound. If I were to just pretend like I'm doing it, I would adjust the volume knob, or rather create an automation clip for the volume knob every time the kick hits. So sidechaining is having one sound that's affected by another sound. So what it would sound like would be every time the kick starts loud and then gets quiet, I'd have the main melody start quiet and then get loud. Not that that's what you do. That's just how you can pretend. How you actually do it is it's a two-channel process. You need one for everything but your kick and snare to go through, and then the other one for your kick and snare to go through. Very good. So the synth's running through channel 1, and then the kick and the snare running through channel 2. On channel 1, you need Fruity Limiter, there, which everybody has. You might know it from hanging around on your master channel at the bottom every time you open a new project. Here it is. It can do a couple of useful things, just normally. It can adjust the gain for overall volume, saturation for some sort of something, and ceiling for something like light compression. At the very top of the master volume meter, I'm peaking a little bit with the kick and the snare sometimes when it goes into that fully red area, which is, I can't have that at all, it's really bad. It's not so bad in FL Studio, but as soon as you export it, it's going to sound horrible in those spots. So I'll adjust the maximum volume, loudness. See, now it's too low, now it's really low, so I want it to be almost too loud, but never quite. Good. So you need Fruity Limiter on channel 1. That's this one. You don't need any ceilings for this, or gains. But you gotta have it. Okay, so Fruity Limiter on 1. And on channel 2, see it's connected with the green wire to the master channel, which is all fine and dandy. I can send it to any number of channels if I really want. But what I want this time is to right-click on mixer channel 1, where I'm gonna have the sidechain affect everything, and I want to sidechain to this track with this volume knob, but that I'm gonna leave all the way down, otherwise it just won't work. Good. So we have 2 sidechain to 1 with this faint chord, and we have 1 with Fruity Limiter, which is gonna do all the work for us and interpret what's going on. So find the compressor over here and sidechain, which you right-click on. There's insert 2. See, if I disconnect the sidechain here, boom, now it's not going in there. Oh, now there's no options. So from 2, click on 1, sidechain to this track. There it is. Good. The threshold. This is the main one. This and knee and ratio. I do not know what ratio does, nor do I know what knee is. But if you move them to around there, then you lower the threshold. There's no sound in this area, the white stuff. So I need to lower it. I need to scoop down into that a bit. Then you'll find the side chain. Here's a lot. There's a lot more. You can mess with the sustain, attack, ratio, knee a little bit, and mostly threshold. Cool. So I do have my hi-hats in channel 1 to be affected by the sidechain in channel 2, because if I have it the other way around, if I have kind of the hi-hats dictating what the sidechain will sound like, the hi-hats are more precise. There's no dip in volume with the kick and the snare, but I like it better the other way around. Oops, there we go. Now here's one final thing. Here's a problem you can run into. I have my bass, I like it. I want to run it through mixer channel 1, obviously, so I can have it affected by the sidechain, like it is now. But it's too quiet. I want to add a few effects onto it so that I can hear better and it sounds a little nicer. But if I add any effects, it'll affect all of them, everything going through channel 1. Right. So I'll send it through channel 7 or 6 or 5 or 4. It doesn't matter. It could be any of them. But instead of it be connected to the master, I'm going to connect it to 1. Boop. I'll take my bass, send it to 7, and there it should be here now. Good. Good, so now it's going through 7, through fruity parametric EQ2 to give it more of just a low hump and a scoop in the high mid. They don't sound good either. Okay. So it's again, I'm sending my bass to 7. So now it's going just straight to the master, which is fine. But now it's not going through 1, not being sidechained. Now it's going nowhere. Now it's only going through 7 and then into 1 to be sidechained by 2. Okay. So that's some sidechaining tips and stuff, I guess. Alright, lovely. Cool, and away I go.